So here we are. We're going to talk about the Rebs this time. So the Rebs faction, one of my personal favourites actually. You like them as well, don't you? Yeah. So the Rebs are sort of jack of all trades, master of none.
I wouldn't even say they're jack of all trades really. They're a bit rubbish, but I love them.
So they're the underdogs, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're the underdogs. They're less well supplied.
Space communists.
Yeah, space communists. Yeah. Less well supplied, but a wide range of disaffected populations, really, that the GCPS have abused or manipulated or exploited, and which means that they've got the widest range of races, which is great.
Strength.
Yeah, it's a real strength. So they've got a whole bunch of different aliens, which we're playing science fiction. Let's bring the aliens in. I love it. So by having lots of different aliens, of course, it allows them to have a wide range of different ways of playing. Okay, so you can play them in a whole bunch of different ways, as I've just said. But, so what's new in them? We don't want to know about what was there before. So we've got the leaders. They used to just have two leaders, the Reb Commander and the Indige Infiltrator. And they were good, they're both very good, weren't they?
Still are.
Still are. But they've got one new one now.
Ooh.
Who's that?
Is it the cell leader?
The Reb Cell
But
Leader.
is it really one, or is it really four?
Yeah. Why do you say that, Ross?
Because being aliens, you have access to different races as well as the standard human stock.
That's right. So the standard Reb Cell Leader is human, or it doesn't have to be human, I guess it could be anything. But he or she is a fairly basic sort of model, can shoot alright, but otherwise pretty generic. Tactician 1, for instance. They get a new ability that's actually been in the core book forever, but it is one that people rarely saw because you can only take it in campaigns, and that's called Logistics, and that's about moving items around the board. But if you don't want to run a basic human and you want to run one of these fantastic alien races, what choices do you have, Ross?
You've got Rin Nomad, you've got Spear, and you have Crawl.
That's right. So you can choose for free to just change to one of those other races, and they gain some benefits and they gain some negatives as well. So they play very differently with a different stat profile than the sort of default human one. So it's another really great way of creating one model
that you can
play.
Visualise to your playstyle.
Absolutely. So if you want to run a more shooty one, then maybe you'll take the Sphere one who brings his AP to Martyr.
Yeah.
Or maybe if you want a bit more combat oriented, you'll go for the Craw, or you'll go for the Hund. The Rin Nomad. So yeah, it's a great little addition, I think, to add more versatility to the Rebs in their choices of leaders.
Should we talk about their Splat?
Oh yeah, what's the Splat? Splat's amazing.
Splat is brilliant.
So the Splat is called Jack of all trades, like we said at the beginning. And that works by doing what, Ross? You've used it a few times.
I have used it a few times. You can use it on a model at any point to swap two of their stats around. So say you have a shooter 4 but a survivor of 6.
Like a Rep Sniper, for instance, who dies easily when he's shot.
You can then become Survive 4.
Just for that one roll. So if someone shoots you again next activation,
you probably
can't do it. Yeah, probably take it. But that's pretty amazing, actually, for certain models. Obviously, a lot of them are 5s and 6s in their stats for the Rebs. So
yeah, it doesn't really work on a Sorak who's 5 across the board.
One thing you must have, though, is you must have a number in your stat profile. So you can't suddenly make a
drone, a fight 4 drone, and charge it in, because that'd be awesome.
That would be a bit broken. So you must have a stat that you can actually swap a numbered stat. But it's brilliant. It really does allow you to do, well, you can use it in a number of ways. You can use it to be aggressive by changing up your fight stat, or changing up your shoot stat, or you can use it to just keep yourself alive by changing up your survive stat. So again, another sort of interesting way of showing the versatility that comes from such a sort of hodgepodge of peoples in the rebellion.
Yeah, because someone thinks you're not very combat orientated, which most Rebs are. They charge it. You have that. I'm actually not going to survive. I'm going to fight you, and all of a sudden I'm fight 4.
Yeah, and I think it's another really sort of fun way of changing up the meta of how you play Rebs, and allows a lot of individualisation in how you make your build. Particularly because it comes with that leader who's also individualised, because you can choose his race.
Yeah.
And then we've got the normal troops before. So if you hadn't seen from the recent FAQ, the Sorak is now a troop. So he comes with a blaster, which you're a big fan of.
I love the Sorak.
Blaster. Specialists
Well, there's also one more change, which means that people are probably going to start taking someone.
Yeah, so they're going to start taking, which one was?
The Grogan.
The Grogan. Why are you going to take Grogan?
Because he already had Survive 4, and he now has Resilience 1.
Yeah. So this stems from something that's been hanging around actually since the original version, where these guys had what was effectively tough, and then they lost that, and people sort of felt they died a little bit too soon. But actually, particularly with the choice of weapons it's got, particularly the Onslaught Cannon, which gives suppression, he's actually quite a good option now. So he's a point dearer, he's 1 point dearer than he used to be, but he's Resilient 1, which means he can re-roll on a Survival 4. I mean, that's pretty good. He's got a good chance of sticking around, even certainly against like normal shooting and so on.
And weapons teams are obviously now size 3.
Yep, so Rebel weapons teams. So you think Rebel weapons teams? Ah, but they've only got that missile launcher, haven't they?
Not anymore.
What have they got now, Ross?
You've got mortars.
They've got a proper bona fide mortar. So they can drop damage down on you right at the back of the board now. So you can still take your missile launcher team as a weapons team, which makes it more survivable, but also now there's the mortar option. So they're really, really good, I think.
And specialists have also got access to more weapons.
Yeah, so the Rep specialists have now got options of flamethrowers and grenade launchers, much like the GCPS. Because let's face it, where have they stolen all their stuff from? They've stolen it from GCPS stores.
So another reason to buy Starsider, because they've got that character with the flamethrower.
They have actually, Devil Salvaggio. So yeah, so if you have Starsider, you've already got a red model with a flamer. They're just ready to use.
And the face like the Hound from Game of Thrones.
Yes, I guess they have. Other things, not any other major changes. The Rebel Sorak Swordspawn is in the list. He was in the FAQ recently. He's been improved a little bit, so his fight is now 5, and you've got Frenzy 2, of course. So he is a pretty tasty option for close combat. And that's pretty much it for the Rebs, apart from the Teraton Shock Trooper. So he was a merc and still is. But he is now officially in the specialist section of the Rebs list. In fact, has been since the FAQ, but he's now obviously in one place, so that everything is all together. So
I do regularly run these. They're very good.
Teleporting little Teratons.
Actually can shoot. Frenzy.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. So, I mean, I think the Rebs always been a strong faction. Got a lot more versatility now. Some really interesting options on how you can run a Rebs faction. The most varied, actually, of all factions, I think, and the most fun, I think, because of that. Because you sit down and you think, oh, I'd like to take this or I'd like to take that. Lots and lots of options of what you can do. Yeah, there are very.
Space monkeys.
You can have space monkeys. You can't do that every day. Anyway, that's enough for the Rebs. Thanks very much.
Bye.